Monday, March 24th. Hello everyone, Brian here. Today I'm going to give you an update on our seedlings. Down in front we have these tomato plants that we recently uppotted, so we're waiting for the roots to fill in, and then once they do, we're going to transplant them. The tray with the 6 varieties that we transplant early, they're already in the ground. And then these are the peppers that we need to transplant, and my goal is to get them done this week. The only thing holding up is some of the space that we have up there still have plants, so I really am dealing with the dilemma. Do I remove the plants and get the peppers in, or do I wait a little bit longer? But there's no sense of starting pepper plants early if we're not going to transplant them early. If we keep them in the containers, they're not going to get the chance to grow. Here in the Yardistry greenhouse, we have more seedlings. So it's going to be, I think, 80 degrees today, so they're not going to be in here when it's hot. We're going to take them out, but in the evening, since it's here and convenient, we just put them in here. More pepper seedlings. Down here we have our cucurbits, so some watermelon in the back, 2 plants, sugar baby, Klondike. This is a zucchini, and then we have cucumbers, a national pickling. We already transplanted a muncher. Some of these extras are for family, so I need to transplant our national pickling today. The Yamamoto Sanjuku, I need to transplant that today. We got some succession brassicas. These are the sprouting gailon, and then some other squashes for family to plant as well. And then we have another Yamamoto seedling popping up, and this is going to be for family. And then in here we have, I see some sunflowers that I sowed yesterday. There's going to be some succession broccoli in here, and probably some other, oh, this one's crusting. So this one's popping up. So this is a Kakai hulless pumpkin. I'm always excited about this one. It makes these pumpkin seeds without hull, and you don't have to crack them. So they're great if you need to cook pumpkin seeds in recipes like a pozole, something like that. And let's see here. This is our succession onion that we're waiting on. Speaking of succession onions and such, we did some more shallots, and I discovered that I need more seeds. We have some early shallot plants already in the garden. Some succession bok choy in these Vago starter pots. I did some sunflower. We're gonna do some more tomatoes as an example to see how well these containers work. So I filled these containers with garden soil, and we're gonna see how they handle the tomato plants. And then these are just plant packs that you get, and I started some carnation. Let's close this up, and we got some more trays over here. This is a Crespidia. It's a drumstick flower. We got some blooming in the garden already. And then yesterday I uppotted or transplanted to start the soil transitions. These sacred basil were grown in the grow mix. So we have some Rama Tulsi. This is a purple one here, and this is your green one. We have, this is Kapoor Tulsi. Smells really interesting, like bubblegum. It grows short, so we grow it as an ornamental plant. These grow taller. We got some apricot Cosmo. This is the orange color type of Cosmos. And then we need to uppot some of these shishito peppers that I was growing to test out these Vago containers. So we got to do that. And I'm looking around and seeing what else there is in terms of seedlings. This is a Buddha belly plant. We got the seeds from the plant and decided to grow them. So we have some of those. Then we have some fescue grass, and they grow in these tufts that get a little bit bigger. I decided to grow our own because I wanted a couple plants to replace some of the ones that we had, but they're like $10 for a 1-gallon container, and for a seed packet of $2, we got a whole bunch. Agaranthum, that's a flower. We got some zinnia here. This is Queenie Lime. This is a California native, super drought tolerant. California fuchsia. This is aster, and then we got some dwarf straw flowers. This is Clarkia, and that's pretty much it. as far as seedlings, the other thing I want to really note real quick is I built this thing again. This time I'm using redwood fence board because I discovered that the cedar planks, while they're rot resistant, they don't do well with constant moisture. So they're great for as fencing when it's not always wet. But if it's in constant contact with soil, it starts to break down pretty quickly. So I replaced it with a really good redwood board. And this is our Vietnamese vertical planter, although up here we have some strawberries that I put in here. And this is going to be for herbs and other things. Like this is scallion, Tokyo long white. And then we have other herbs that we're trying to reestablish, like this Moroccan mint. We have fish mint that came out of the planter that was just crumbling. I put it all back in there. This is standard mint. This is culantro. I transplanted one in here. And then this is mojito mint. And down here, we're gonna reestablish our Vietnamese coriander. So those are some of the more common mints that grow perennially. They're just vines that just, not vines, but underground runners that just grow. So they're good for this section where it doesn't get sunlight all the time. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to be potting our seedlings and transplanting them. And next time, we'll see how they're doing in the garden. Thanks always for visiting.